All right, and we're live. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Multiverse Show, episode 60. Yes, we're almost old people now. But anyway, guys, we got a nice show rolling up for you guys. Our co-host, Fame, is out working currently. So, to the Multiverse Show, episode... So, it's got feedback. All right. So Fame is off tonight. We were going to get rolling today with our co-hosts. First, we got Nick.
What's going on, guys? Glad to be back on the podcast, and shout out to the 7 people that have already disliked this video.
Our other co-host, Mr. LeBron James Wilson.
What's good in the hood, y'all?
Oh, God.
Yes, at James_S Wilson. I'm here, and I'm amazing.
And we got Mike.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Mike from the Inner Circle, and thank you for joining us for another wonderful episode of the Multiverse Show. Yes! We got another great show planned for you guys tonight. Thank you for tuning in.
And our guest for the evening, Jez. The other Jez.
Yo, how you doing? This is Jez7780 on Gmail. Not Gmail, on Twitter.
Did you just give away your email address on the podcast?
There you go, everybody. You can email. Anyway, yes, it's Jez7780 at the Twitter, and yep, I'm proud. I just jumped on, man. I was like shopping in the store, and I just jumped on my computer, so I'm just got everything set up.
All right, yeah. Well, let's get started tonight. We got a couple talks we want to get into, but real quick for the people here, what have you guys been playing? Let's start with James. What you been up to, man?
I've been really boring because I'm getting ready to move back into London, so a lot of my time is spent going around and seeing places. But I always find time to play FIFA while I listen to music because I'm crazy. Playing through a bunch of old indie games with my dad. We're playing through Life is Strange at the moment.
Oh yeah,
that's good fun because I control it and he makes all the decisions. Hopefully, it'll be interesting enough by the end that I can make an article out of it for the website.
That could be fun. New perspective.
Yeah, and I'm just patiently waiting on Overwatch until Doomfist comes out to see what's what.
Doomfist. Oh man, I can't wait for that. But anyway,
I can definitely wait because it's going to be like another Genji, and I can't deal with that.
All right, other Jez, what you been playing, man?
I've been playing some. I played The Order by your recommendation. I beat that. That was a pretty good game. You know, it was on the little short side. There's definitely things it could fix, but the story is pretty cool in the atmosphere. I thought it was really neat. The steampunk kind of like they basically ripped the story of Underworld, like just with a male character. But that's been pretty good. And always play NHL 17. That's always like game to go to play online. And yeah, that's about it. I've just been playing just some of the PlayStation games and jumping on to NHL on Xbox.
Oh yeah, because you just got a PlayStation.
Yeah, I did. I just got a PlayStation 4 Pro. You can hear my hooves clicking. I've been on Xbox for 12 years. I've been on that thing. There was a time with the 360 that I got a PlayStation 3. When God of War came out, and there's always that time when you get the mid-gen and it's like, hey, let me go, tap and see what's going on. The other side has got some exclusives. So yeah, I've been jumping onto those. It's definitely an experience. It's not as bad as everybody says, though, and I think both sides could learn from each other.
Yeah, we gotta explore that little relationship.
Yep.
Should have waited for the white one, man.
Damn it! I know. I saw that white one. I'm like, yeah, I could put another one on another TV somewhere, but that I wish they did some sort of like the sticker on it. They need a sticker. No sticker.
I don't know. I mean, that white PS4 Pro, if a video game console is possible to be sexy. That thing is sexy as hell.
That is a white 3-layer cake, and then I got the dark 3-layer cake. The white controller is sexy now. I think the white PlayStation controller looks pretty cool. I got a silver one. They're pretty cool looking. I was surprised to see the white for the Star Wars bundle that they're probably going to come out with.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of having white consoles. So, well, rather not really the white console as much as just the controller. I can't. The white controller just picks up every little dirty thing. And I'm like constantly washing mine and being like, "You're not gonna have a scuff on there. Can't allow that to happen." I can see the Cheeto dust on there.
Drop it once, that's it. Now it's like a scuff controller.
All right, but Mike, what you been up to, man? What you been playing?
So, a couple games I've been playing. First off, I've been going back and forth with the baseball games on the Xbox One between Super Mega Baseball and RBI Baseball 2017. Neither game is as good as the show, but I think each game has its own merits. And shameless plug, if you go to my YouTube, I actually did comparison of those two games, and I tell you which one is better. So, shameless plug there. I've also been playing The Fall, which I bought a few weeks ago when they were doing that indie sale on Xbox One. And it's actually a really, really cool game. Like, if you haven't played it, the basic premise is you play as a pilot that's in a combat suit, and you crash land underground into this weird depurposing facility for robots and droids. Now, the pilot inside the suit is critically injured, so the AI of the suit is actually taking control. Like, you're moving the pilot around in the suit, but it's actually the AI that's controlling all of his actions and taking over. And it's got some light combat elements in it and some puzzle elements. It's really, really good. I think I paid $275 for it in that sale. It's definitely worth it. But other than that, I've been playing Dirt 4, which, if you guys know me, I love racing games. That's one of my favorite games of the year so far. So.
Oh boy, man, that's good to hear. What about you, Nick? How far are you on this Gamer Score charity run?
I'm at 5,400 right now. I'm 10 days in. My goal is 2,500 or 25,000. Sorry. I've been holding off on some of the like really, really, really short indie games that are easy to go through. I've just been trying to play some games that I've been meaning to in my backlog to get it. Like I just about to finish Arkham Asylum now for the first time. I got Ghost Recon Wildlands, which I just got, which me and my buddy are going to co-op through. Got Outlast 1 and 2, and I've got a ton of PS4 games I've got to get through now. But yeah, I'm playing a lot of stuff. Doing What Remains of Edith Finch tomorrow. I'm going to live stream that on the old YouTubes. And yeah.
I meant to ask you, how are you going to incorporate the PlayStation games into your run?
What I'm basically going to do is, because I was just going to play my Xbox the whole time, but there's a couple of reviews and stuff I want to get out of the way on the PS4. So most of these games had easy platinums or 100%. So for every 100% or platinum, I'm going to throw $10 into the pool.
All right. So are you going to kind of like a percentage to count? Like 80%?
Yeah, pretty much.
Points?
Yeah. So like what I'm doing is like for what I'm doing, Unfinished Swan and What Remains of Edith Finch. I looked at the trophies for those, and all the trophies are really straightforward. So when
you think they are,
they got a 1 out of 10 skill rating. I'll have them all by Wednesday, guaranteed. For each one of those games, 100%, that'll be $10. So by Wednesday, that'll be $20 on my PlayStation side. I'm obviously going to avoid games like Last of Us and God of War, where it'd be very hard to, in a timely manner, get a platinum. People may say, I'm kind of cheating on this, but I kind of want to optimize how much I'm giving here. I don't want to sit there and grind a grindy game for 1,000 gamer score. It's going to take me 10 days. I kind of want to see how much I can burst out in one go.
The easy way to do that would be to play the Telltale games.
Unfortunately, I've almost all the Telltale games I have beaten. The only ones I don't have 100% completed right now is The Wolf Among Us, because I beat it on 360, and Walking Dead Season 2, which I will eventually be doing.
You mentioned Arkham Asylum, so a lot of us played it when it came out and loved it. But I'm wondering, you've played Arkham City, right?
Yes.
Did you play Arkham Knight?
No, actually.
Okay, but you've played open world games that have come out in this year. You named Horizon Zero Dawn one of your favorites last week. How does Arkham Asylum play to someone who's never played it, who's experienced all the great things that's come from it?
See, what I love the most about Arkham Asylum and the Batman games in general, from what I remember of City, now it's been a couple of years since I played City, but what I loved most about is it's semi-open world. It's not like full open world. Like you can go around the asylum to a limited degree and go places. Now they send you in specific directions at specific times, but as you unlock gadgets, if you want to collect the Riddler stuff and trophies and all that, you can go back and collect stuff from the previous stuff because gadgets help, yada yada yada. But what I really loved about the game is the amount of backstory and back information you could get from collecting the collectibles. Because originally when I first started playing the game, I was like, oh, there's 240 collectibles, this is going to be a migraine and a half. But I've actually found myself actually wanting to look for them because there's so much cool backstory. Like you have interview tapes with all the major villains, you've got
they're awesome.
You got character art, there's all sorts of cool stuff you can unlock through the collectible system. So it's really cool, and I don't know, it's nice to have a semi-open world game because I've been getting really burnt out on full-fledged open world games that take like 150 hours to complete. This was really nice. I've probably put in about 7 hours. I've got the Joker boss fight last. I have to admit, one of the slowest parts of the game for me, which is just absolutely hilarious because a lot of people said it was their favorite part, is the Scarecrow bits were so mediocre to me. I can't. Yeah. That whole like platforming and avoiding his eyes thing, it was just so corny to me. I felt like
didn't you love the fourth wall break bit?
Okay, yeah, the wall break bit was really good.
Like when it asked you to move the middle stick.
Yeah, I sat there and was like, wait, what?
I was talking to someone about this game, and they said that the Killer Croc segment was one of the worst bits of gaming they've ever played.
That was me last week.
Oh yeah,
that's awful.
Okay, you know what? I'm not a fan of that sequence either, because literally when I sat there, I was like, I'm going to fight Killer Croc. This is going to be really, really hard. Oh, no, every time he pops up, pop him with a batarang.
Exactly.
Okay, collect all the things. Okay, oh, no, he's running at you. Now you just got to run in a straight line, make a left turn, make a right turn, turn around, blow a hole in the ground. He falls in the hole. Spoiler alert for an 8-year-old game. I'm sorry.
You guys don't get it.
And I think the thing with Scarecrow was when that game first came out, Scarecrow was a surprise. Like, he was hidden. Nobody had any idea that he was even in the game to begin with. And then all of a sudden, it was like, oh, shit, it's Scarecrow.
Yeah, man. It's those games hold up pretty well. I'm just not a fan of Arkham Knight. Just not.
I don't like the gameplay in Arkham Knight, but the story's too good.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think we've seen a company that isn't owned by DC or Warner Brothers actually understand Batman as well as Rocksteady have. I don't think in any medium that is any visual medium, I don't think we've seen anything like the Arkham games.
Batman the Animated Series?
That's the closest thing. Okay, since the animated series, these guys are the best.
Oh, we'll get to that a little bit later. So, also, what I've been playing, I've been playing a little bit of a I finished Unfinished Swan.
Well, the reason we're talking about the Unfinished Swan and What Remains of Edith Finch is because we have an interview with Ian Dallas from Giant Sparrow next week, which we encourage you all to play at least one of the games, so you will enjoy the conversation we're going to have. Unfinished Swan is, I think, $5 on the PlayStation Store right now. It's £2.99 in the UK. It's crazy cheap. Is it? It's even less than that. It's even less than that.
I think it was like $3 after chat.
Yeah, I paid for Unfinished Swan right now, and the last day of the PlayStation sale right there, I paid $2.99 for Unfinished Swan. It's regularly $14.99. It's well worth the pickup.
Oh yeah, for that price, pretty much any game is worth it, but this one especially.
Yeah. So I mean, I liked it. I have my own thoughts on it. We'll get into that next week. Started Ratchet and Clank, playing a little Minecraft. Been pretty light. Oh, Rainbow Six Siege again. So trying to get back into the summer game. That's definitely a fun time. So, all right. Getting into our topics for the evening. Who here has seen Spider-Man: Homecoming?
Yo.
All right. Nice. So that's I know it's me and James.
Well,
I
I have to
haven't-
see it because
I haven't
reviewed
seen it. Yeah, I
All
haven't
right. So
seen
Mike,
it yet.
Mike, you've seen it?
Not yet.
No, you haven't seen it.
No, I
No, I
haven't
haven't
seen
seen it yet.
I would just want to briefly kind of touch base on it for the two of us that have seen it. James, give us your 1 minute review.
All right. Well, I'm a fan of the Marvel films, and I'm a fan of Spider-Man films. I'm pretty sure the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films were the first superhero films I saw. For a lot of people, they were the first ones, either that or the 90s Batman films. And Spider-Man holds a special place in a lot of people's hearts. And you know, we were burnt on the last Spider-Man, and then out of nowhere in Civil War, this 19-year-old pops up and just blows everyone away, and that's Tom Holland. And then they have just continued the trajectory and have made, in my opinion, which might be it's the best representation of Peter Parker and Spider-Man, because the others have done one right and the other not so good. Peter Parker and Spider-Man are basically interchangeable in this film, which I think is really good. It makes it feel like it is actually the same guy. So the Tom Holland was good. We already knew that. Anchor's not as much a fan of the writing as I am. I think it works. I think they made a normal high school comedy film and then made it a Spider-Man film, which normally I don't advocate, but I did like it this time. Because the teenagers act and talk like teenagers, which is refreshing to see in the Spider-Man film when instead of everyone being 30 and pretending to be 18. So there's that. I really like the villain. I said in my review on the website that it's probably the second best Marvel villain behind Loki. The only reason is that, you know, for anyone who's seen the film, Anchor, can you tell me the name of the villain that is, and don't say Vulture?
Adrian Toomes?
All right, we have a nerd in our midst.
Yeah. They say his name maybe 2 times.
Yeah, they barely say it. But but the impact is great, and whenever Michael Keaton's on screen, it's impossible to look anywhere else. And he absolutely nails the character. He turned the Vulture from being a sort of a joke villain to being genuinely threatening. There's a scene in a car. That's all I'm going to say. It might be my favorite scene in the film. And Anchor knows what I'm talking about, and anyone who's seen the film will know exactly what I'm talking about. But overall, no, I did enjoy Spider-Man. I don't think it's the best Spider-Man film. It's not. I don't think it's in my top 5 MCU films. It's in the top 10, probably. But I liked how low stakes it was. It reminded me a lot of Ant-Man in that sense that, you know, the worst thing that could happen here was that a bunch of Avengers tech was stolen. Like, the world wasn't going to end if this film ended badly.
Yeah,
I like those kind of stakes. It's refreshing to have a low stakes superhero film.
Yeah. Anyway, briefly things I liked and didn't like. I think that Spider-Man, like Tom Holland's probably the best combo between the two. I think Tobey Maguire did a good Peter Parker and an okay Spider-Man. And you got Andrew Garfield, who did a pretty good Spider-Man and Peter Parker. And Tom Holland delivers a very solid performance on both fronts, and he definitely delivers on the teenage Spider-Man aspect. This movie is filled with Easter eggs everywhere for super nerds like me. I still go over little tidbits that I see here and there, little placements that are a lot of fun. But yeah, ultimately, I was not a fan of the writing. I felt like the story was kind of weak. It was just kind of there, and like, I just was not a fan of it. But ultimately, the movie's good. It's definitely in the top 3 best Spider-Man movies. Like my internal ranking is still Spider-Man 2 as the best Spider-Man movie of all time. It really is. It's just an excellent movie. And then you got Spider-Man 1, and then you got Spider-Man Homecoming, to give you an idea of where this kind of sits.
I think Spider-Man and Homecoming might be interchangeable. Let's give it some time and let the dust settle.
Yeah. All right. So moving right along to our
actually, I had a question for you guys in regards to Tom Holland.
My schoolmate Tom Holland.
Yes. Seeing as you guys have seen his performance in the Spider-Man movie,
You're going to ask about Nathan Drake, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm curious. Do you guys think they can make Nathan Drake come alive on screen now? Because I've never seen Tom Holland in anything.
Oh, you say no. I say yes.
I say no. He's not Nathan Drake.
Yeah, he's too young.
Okay. Now let me pose a theory to you, gentlemen. Let's say they make an Uncharted film, and it's in the style of Uncharted 4. So the main body of it is with a guy. Let's say someone
Chris
like
Pratt.
a Chris Pratt type, someone like Chris Pratt, but a bit more athletic, a younger Chris Pratt.
A bit more athletic. Look at Chris Pratt now.
I mean like someone who looks a bit more like Nathan Drake in that type of body shape. Anyway, so I think if that's the main body of the film, and then you have flashbacks to younger Nathan Drake, and that's Tom Holland. Now, let's say this film is really successful and spawns a franchise. In 4 or 5 years' time, we don't have the younger and older. We just have Tom Holland.
Yeah,
that is how I think the Nathan Drake thing will go, and I am down for that because Tom, if anyone's seen any press junkets with him, he's unbelievably charismatic and cool. That's because we went to the same school, and we got taught by the same teachers. So basically, what I'm trying to say is I am Tom Holland. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he does have.
This man might review.
He does have like that a goofy type athletic stuff that Nathan Drake persona has, like where it looks like he's not going to get out of there, but then he has like that athletic ability to get out. So he does have that kind of goofy athletic, sort of like Indiana Jones type thing. So I could see the personality. I just don't know the look. They'll have to. I don't know.
Yeah, I was just kind of curious because I don't know what the time frame they're aiming the Uncharted movies for. If it's supposed to be like a young Nathan Drake, he could pull it off for sure. But if they're like Nathan Drake in his 30s, then
Oh no, you can't do that because Tom is 20 and he looks 16.
Exactly. Yeah, he looks really young.
So that means I have the reverse Tom Holland. I'm 23 and I look 33.
Yeah, I say that there's a running joke amongst some UK critics because there's about 5 Tom Hollands in conversation. So there's Tom Holland the actor, Tom Holland the historian, and then 3 other Tom Hollands who are quite well known in Britain. So there's this running joke whenever we talk about Tom Holland, we have to say no, we have to rank the Tom Hollands.
That's such a British problem.
It's a very British problem. So number 1 is Tom Holland. Number 2 is Tom Holland. Number 3 is Tom Holland. Number 4 is Tom Holland. Number 5 is Tom Holland.
Wow.
We have fun.
I don't know. Tobey Maguire will always be my Spider-Man.
Yeah,
he's got that weird cry face. He's got bad cry face.
I remember back when I was first on Twitter. This was a couple of years ago when the Amazing Spider-Man came out, and I remember I had something along the lines. I was like, Andrew Garfield will never be my Spider-Man. I sat there and went, now I could actually get that trending. Not my Spider-Man. That'd be a great hashtag.
That would be. No, man, I want to ask you something about the Spider-Man. What do they do with like the Mary Jane or like the female protagonist?
Not your concern. Not your concern.
Good.
Wait, is this a spoiler thing? Because I actually would like.
Oh well, no, I don't want no
about this.
spoilers. I just
Talk
want to
about
know
it.
if they okay.
Can I want to quickly say something. So I want to say Mary Jane Watson is not in this film.
Okay.
Nope.
She is not in this film.
Not at all.
But like this whole controversy about Zendaya getting cast because she's wasn't
Non-issue.
because she's black. Like there's I don't care if she's a lizard. I don't care. Acting is acting. But the problem is that is it a spoiler if because you know what I'm talking about, Anka?
She's not Mary Jane. Let's go that way. She's not Mary Jane.
It's not Mary Jane, but they call her MJ.
No.
All right, we don't do sports. I just was wondering, like, did they make it like, the whole like he has a crush and like the girlfriend thing, like they kind of did in the first Spider-Man, so it was about his love interest and stuff like that.
That much is in
the
the
crush
trailer.
is Liz Allen. Like in this one, it's very much like the comics.
It's his friend, right? Yeah, that's what it looks like in the trailers. It looks like he has more of like a buddy type thing rather than.
It's not Zendaya though. It's this other chick. I don't know.
Yeah, they look alike. I know from the previews. I'm like, who's this dirty girl? Like she's like, oh, like her hair and stuff's all messed up. I'm like, who's that? I don't know who that is.
Nah, we're getting too. This is too tempting for spoilers. We're not getting in there.
All right.
But,
No,
yeah,
one thing is like
last thought about Spider-Man. Last thought about Spider-Man because the other topics we got to get into. Tobey Maguire will always be Spider-Man because he's actually an American. We keep importing all these Spider-Man. We're tired of it.
British Spider-Man.
Make Spider-Man great again.
I think you'll find in Spider-Man in America there have been 4 main Spider-Men. 2 have been American. You look at Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield are British. Tobey Maguire is American, and the guy who was in the musical Spider-Man was also American.
That was good. The musical Spider-Man was good.
The musical Spider-Man was terrible. What are you talking about?
Terrible, I was going to say.
I love you too, and it was terrible.
I thought it was not bad. The play.
You're wrong.
The story. Well, there was no story, but the
story was terrible. They gave a Norman Osborn Dr. Octopus's backstory.
But they had the Sinister Six at the end. He fought them all. It was such a surprise having the Sinister Six.
Like Norman's there, but Harry's not. That musical's so weird.
It was weird. It was cool having a comic though on stage. They tried. I thought
they didn't try. That's the problem.
Oh, I know. Spider-Man was swinging over my seats. I thought it was pretty cool.
Okay.
All right. So, briefly, getting into some other topics because we do have things to cover. We are getting really rabbit hole this evening. So, one thing we want to talk about is Xbox is adding a new feature, at least to Xbox and the consoles, gifting, coming later sometime. And it has been confirmed they're going to have Xbox gifting. And I kind of want to get some brief impressions from the group here. Let's start with you, Nick. What do you think about gifting? Do you care?
Yeah, it's cool. Like if it's cool in the regards to like for example, like my buddy's birthday was coming up. I sat there. I was like, oh, if I want to get him Wildlands, I can just go into EB Games and pick him up a copy. But it's $70 at EB Games, but it's on sale right now on the store, so I could gift it to him digitally for his birthday. And it would save me some money, and I could still get him the game. It's kind of cool in that aspect because sometimes the digital deals are great. And now I can actually force my friends to play Payday 2 with me because I can buy them copies and make them play it with me. So, yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah. All right, Mike?
I think it's great because I could gift it to you and I could force you to play Resident Evil 7.
Or you can just buy
it. Well, no, I already have it physical. This is before we're game sharing. But no, all joking and kidding aside, I think it's great. I know that Steam already does. Does PlayStation have it? Because I thought PlayStation had it too.
No.
I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Hopefully soon.
Like technically speaking, like if you want to get into argument's sake, I actually had a conversation with somebody on Twitter about this. I can't remember who they were. I feel bad. I'm sorry. But we were talking about gifting digital games, and like apparently people have been gifting digital games like a roundabout way, like because you can buy digital games on like Amazon and stuff. So people will buy the games and then give the download code to their friends is the way people have been doing it. So in a roundabout way, there is game gifting, but now you can buy off the actual store and do it. But no, with Xbox adding this feature, it's the first console to ever have it, I believe. I say I believe because I don't not 100%.
All right. What about you, Jez?
I think it's really cool. I think it's neat that they have the gifting, but I don't buy really like I'll do the code thing or I'll just buy a physical, if I was gonna get some of my games, but it's definitely a cool feature. But I wonder what the return policy is if you don't like the game. So it sounds like you guys want to force people to play games, but they can use the return policy and return it and get it for credit. But I think it's a cool idea. It's definitely something they need. They definitely need to make some improvements in the store. I wish they had put a wish list. That's the one thing from PlayStation I thought was pretty cool. Like a wish list, and if a game goes on sale, it'll send you a reminder in a cart or a wish list. Like Steam has that too. I think they should do more of that stuff than gifting. But the gifting is neat. I like it. But the one thing though I have to say is that I think Twitter and everybody just jumped all over it. Like, they really just said it's coming soon. They also said that about keyboard and mouse support 2 years ago. So I don't know what soon is, according to them. Because I remember Phil in 2015 said keyboard and mouse support coming soon, and then people said gifting, yes, and everybody's like going crazy. Like, I want to know what soon means. Hopefully for the holiday.
Hopefully, that'll be beneficial.
Yeah.
I'll make a wish list and throw it out there on Twitter. Like, you just throw it my way.
I'm more excited about trade-in. That's what I want. I want digital trade-ins. That's something they need to do because
I think we're a long way off from that.
They got to find a way to not only do that, but like have some sort of benefit to actually trading your game in. Because making a digital license doesn't cost them anything.
Yeah, but they could give you the credit though, and you stay within the ecosystem. Just like GameStop created that ecosystem where they give you store credit and you're kind of in the house, like you got to use it there, or they give you less to take cash, go somewhere else.
But no, because the issue is you got to look at it from Microsoft or Sony's perspective. What benefit do they have of offering you that?
You'll buy another game and you'll stay within their ecosystem.
GameStop at least can resell that game you gave them.
But Microsoft gives you money to go buy other games. I guess they lose on the publisher though. Like if you trade it in, then you're right, they can't resell it. So it's kind of just like a zeroed out.
They got to have something. So
they can't do the GameStop. Oh, here, trade in your copy of Uncharted 4 for $13.24. We're gonna resell it for $59.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, they can't do that. But I thought if they give people the money, I think if you had a trade-in system, people would buy more games and would actually test out more stuff, knowing that they have the ability to trade in rather than keep it forever.
Now
I actually know a lot of guys that have actually started buying more. A lot of guys more prone to buy games now because of the refund system. A lot more people are taking the dive on games they wouldn't have before because of the refund system.
Yeah, I do that with Steam too. Like and Xbox. Like I'll let me try it out. Like I did it with Friday 13th, and I asked for a refund because I was like, it's broken.
Same here.
Yeah, I think Eggerman, he tried to log on once, and I'm like, he's like, you gonna play? And I said, I returned it.
It was 2 days after it came out. I thought it would be okay by then.
Yeah.
I bought it. I bought it a couple of weeks ago. I insta refunded it too. I was like, this is no.
Yeah, and I think Ackerman, you weren't in the beta, so you didn't see the mark to refund it. Like I was in the beta to do it, and it was easy. Like I went online and it just had refund, and I just clicked it and it did it. Like it was great. But then they all went away though, so I don't know if it was like a one-time thing. And refresh it later. I don't know, but it was easy.
Anyway, so James, do you care about game sharing? Do you want it to come?
Yeah, why not? More games equals more fun. More games equals more fun. Yeah, why not? I just want everyone to have fun.
Oh, James is one of those people. God.
One of those people.
Games are not supposed to be fun. It's all drama, man. You're talking about.
God, how dare you say other people deserve to play games? God.
Maybe games were fun in the '90s. Now it's all about drama. It's like,
Now every game's got to be the next Dark Souls.
yeah. It's like, oh no, who did she kiss? Oh no, who did she?
You hear that? Wait, you guys didn't hear that? Multiverse is the Dark Souls of podcast.
Oh, no.
Wonderful.
Can we talk about that quickly? The Crash Bandicoot thing.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, Crash Bandicoot has been going through a meme because people have forgotten how difficult it is, and have now been comparing it to Dark Souls.
As if Dark Souls invented difficult games.
I'm a very big fan of this meme. This and Not a Mimic are probably my favorite memes of the year so far.
All right. So this kind of brought up an interesting topic that Undead brought up. So this is more of a hypothetical question. Do you think Microsoft would be in this position where they're trying to bring all like these first to console kind of things, not just games and such, but like we had a game preview program. We got gifting coming later, refunds, and all this stuff. Things that like PC guys have had, or things no one else has done before, and having it come to the system. Do you think Microsoft would have done this, provided that like if they were the market leader? Now, for argument's sake, so we're on the same page. Here, let's assume the Xbox One got all the hate that it did back in 2013, and in 2014, Phil Spencer still took over, but like holiday 2014 took market share back and basically took over as the market leader. Overtook PlayStation. Roles have been reversed. 60 million Xboxes, 30 million PlayStation 4s. Do you think Microsoft would still be doing the same stuff it's doing today with these pro-consumer moves if they were in the market lead?
I mean, I want to say that I would hope that, every company, Microsoft, Sony, whoever, has some type, is altruistic in some way where they actually like care about their consumers and want to provide these services to their players in their ecosystem so it's a better experience. But history has shown that whatever console is on top in a given generation, they kind of start feeling themselves. We saw it with the PS2. We saw it with the Xbox 360, and now we're seeing it again with the PS4. So, I mean, I want to say yes. It's hard to say unless it actually happened. But they've done a lot of things this gen. So if they reclaim the top spot next gen, I would think that Microsoft would want to continue that going forward.
Very quickly, do we determine who succeeds in the, I don't want to say console wars, but for lack of a better word, console wars, by how many consoles they actually sell? Because if in that case, the Wii was the best console of the last generation.
Nintendo products never count. We're just throwing that out there.
Yeah, Nintendo and Minecraft don't get included in the best selling of anything.
They're in another castle.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't talk about the fact that the Wii holds pretty much every sales record because it was like the hottest selling console for years. We don't talk about that because you know what? Back in PS3 and Xbox 360 eras, people didn't run around social media with MPD numbers.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. I agree. I sort of wholeheartedly agree with Mike in what he said, but I do think that. Oh, hello. That was an interesting diversion.
Sorry.
It's all right. You'll pay for it in the afterlife, I'm sure. Yeah, I do think the guys who are on top don't really change as much as they probably could. But then again, should we expect them to when they're doing really well? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The PS4 was a great console launch and didn't need to change, so it didn't change. Things happen naturally, and because they need to. It's evolution 101.
Yeah, I think that it doesn't really matter. I don't think they're doing it because they're behind and want to be kind of consumer friendly. I think the shift of their focus right now, and I was telling Ackerman this earlier, is the Windows 10 store. That's what it's all about. And before they didn't have this kind of unified store with Windows and Xbox. Now they do, because now I just looked it up, and the refund policy is the same thing for Windows 10 store, and that's where Xbox is focusing. I mean, Microsoft is focusing on, and they're just taking Xbox along for the ride. That's kind of where everything is going. Is that Windows 10 store? They got to make that competitive with Steam, or at least similar to Steam, and do that. Where before the Xbox 360 was on its own island, they really didn't care what was going on with PC, and now they do. So they got to kind of have this competitiveness, and it is consumer friendly, and it's definitely great, and everybody should do it. But I don't think it's in response to what Sony does, because I think Sony has some cool things like the wish list and cart, as the chat, was saying. I think those are excellent things that they should put in a store, because it makes sense. Like, you get reminders of something sitting in a cart that, hey, you should buy this if this is on sale. Those are good things too. But I think the refund policy and gifting and things like that is really geared towards trying to make that Windows 10 store a success. And from what I hear, even my counter Jez, from Windows Central, is saying like that UWP and all that stuff, devs are not really using it, and they need to entice people to develop for the Windows 10 store. And fortunately, Xbox kind of goes along for the ride. We get some of the benefits when they do UWP, 4K assets, cross buys, all that other stuff. So we're kind of along for the ride. But the Windows 10 store is that's the essence of Microsoft right now.
I think you brought up a good point, and I'm glad you said it instead of me. I think some things are because of their Windows 10 push and then wanting to integrate. And I mean, even if you look at Sony too, because Sony is the top dog right now, and they are mirroring some of what Microsoft's wanting to do, which has been the push for PC lately. A little more like PC, and try to appeal to that market, these mid-gen refreshes, and putting PlayStation Now exclusively on PS4 and PC. PC being the only other platform outside of the PlayStation ecosystem to now get PlayStation games. I mean, everyone wants a piece of that kind of pie, and like some things I could see them doing. I could see them doing refunds, like a few things here and there, but I don't know. So my skeptical side keeps screaming like, "Don't trust them! Don't trust them! Don't trust them!" If they were in that position, would they do all of these things? I don't think so. I think the actually run out.
Yeah.
At some point.
And I think the thing is that a lot of people take this as that, oh my goodness, this is for the Xbox gamer, they love us. It's not. I don't find it that way. It's for the Windows 10 store. That's what it is for. And Xbox they're using it, and I feel a little used too as an Xbox focused gamer, that I feel like I'm getting pulled along for the ride. And with the Windows 10 store. And we get some benefits, but I do think that it's not we love Xbox like the 360. We give you guys special things. It's because they're doing it for the Windows 10 store, and they share the same store. And and you see it from the games that come in there. Some of the like mobile games and some weird things come into Xbox. But I think it's the whole thing that everybody kind of is frustrated about, with the whole PC Xbox cross. Them focusing on that stuff. And again, we haven't seen a lot of games that really benefit from, like, what do we have? Resident Evil 7. That's about it. Like, third party wise, that really have they adopting that cross buy thing, that cross. Buy once, play both places. Not a lot of people are jumping on it. So I think they need they're giving more strength to the Windows 10 store, ensuring developers that there's a refund policy so people might try out your game more. There's gifting so people can buy games for other people. So I think those things, while it's good for the end user, it's definitely more enticing, exciting for a developer to know that there's flexibility in their ability to put it into a Windows 10 or Xbox store. So it's definitely one of those things too, I feel. But I really don't think, I think if they didn't have the Windows 10 store, I don't know if we would have gotten all this.
All right. Any other thoughts regarding this?
I think the Xbox One X is a bad name. I just want to say it every week.
What is a bad name? But
Xbox One X. It's sad because it's too many X's. It looks like a MySpace username.
excellent.
Yeah. It does.
It's like one in the middle, one at the beginning, middle, and at the end.
I think
I
Microsoft
agree.
missed an opportunity. They could have sold everybody on the name. They just put Xcode to give it to you.
That's it.
It was sold everybody immediately.
Yeah. They should. Yeah. That X thing. It doesn't show any superiority compared to S. Like X is better than S. Like it doesn't. There's no hierarchy of the family. Where
We just need an Xbox E. That's all we need. Then we have the full sex lineup.
Exactly. Well, they did have the Xbox E. It was the Xbox 360.
360.
No, there was an Elite Xbox One. It was the one that ran faster. It was
Yes, that's the one I have.
Hybrid drive, yes.
That's the hybrid
Yes.
bullshit. Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Everyone forgets about that. It was
ready
so
to go.
it was so funny because I remember someone being like, "You know what they're going to call the Xbox Scorpio? They're going to call it the Xbox Elite." I'm like, already been done. He's like, and this guy's like, "No, it hasn't. There's no Xbox Elite." I'm like, literally
Yes,
Google
it
it.
was like for one holiday with the Elite.
It was like
controller.
one holiday where they had the Xbox Elite and it came with the Elite controller. It was
It was
like
the
the
only
Elite bundle.
Yeah, it was the only way to get the controller because it was sold out everywhere. That's why I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
holiday 2015 when they came out with all those different bundles for the holiday. Like there was
Oh
a
my god! I just remember Major Nelson just rubbing himself in all those bundles on his like podcast thing. Like yeah, like all bundles like show. Oh my god, I remember that thing. It's like I was like, this is ridiculous, all these bundles. But going with the no, they did have an Xbox 360 E. It was the last one they made. It was called the E model. It was the last one that they made.
Was it that 250 gigabyte one?
Yeah, it was the last one. If you look,
Yeah, I have that.
it was the black one that didn't have it was matte finish. It was like because they had the black shiny one, and then they came out with the kind of budget E one. And I remember because E, who used to work for Microsoft, Eric Newlander, whatever like that, he was like, "This is my console, the E console."
I was gonna say I only ever had two 360s. I had the Xbox 360 Elite, the black one with the 120 gig hard drive, and then I had the the R2D2 Xbox, which unfortunately, rest in peace, died a year and a half ago.
That one was cool. That R2D2 one.
You know what the saddest thing was is when it finally died on me. I turned it on and went dee dee dee. I was like, no.
And the controller was a gold like C3PO. Did it go like, oh my?
No, the controller needed to make noise. I still actually have the C3PO controller. I was looking through a box the other night. I found I was like, damn, I still have this. And then back in the box it went.
And they could have just called the 360 the Xbox 2, and no one would have minded.
You could still buy the Xbox 360e 4 gigabyte system for $80 at GameStop. The E model.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I was at my EB Games there, and they were selling 500 gig PS3s. Just trying to clear them out of the back room. They're selling them for $39.99.
Wow.
What?
Backwards compatibility, amazing. That's it.
The PS4 Pro now comes complete with backwards compatibility if you duct tape a PS3 to the top.
AKA the PlayStation 7.
It's a family orgy.
Oh, that's how we shut Chris up on Trophy Life. We just give him a PlayStation 3 and a PS2, and we're like, there we go, PS5. Now stop talking about it.
Yeah, tape them together. The incest edition.
Well, see, that's what I love. I remember talking. Wow. Does anyone remember that because in games media now it'd be a big freak out, but did everyone remember the PS3s when they first came out, the big bulky ones? They could play the ones you could play your PS2 games on, and then they released the next gen, and they're like, none of that.
But
you can play your PS1 games on it.
Yes, I remember the picture of just George Foreman with that thing. I thought it was hilarious.
It looked like a bro with the Spider-Man font on it.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I almost loved the reveal of the PS3 because it was just It was just the Everest of self-confidence from a company to say, "Hey, we know you won't be able to afford it. Maybe you should get a job and then buy our console."
And it's like, oh my god, authentic Japanese lore, and it's like, and here comes a giant enemy crab, and it's like, huh? The hell?
Hey, don't make fun of giant crabs. People went nuts for Death Stranding.
Yes, we did.
The PS5 launch game.
Yeah.
Console launch exclusive.
Like, I swear to God, if we can we just go a podcast without that?
No, you gotta understand. Multiverse is the console launch exclusive of podcast.
No, it's the exclusive console launch exclusive.
World premiere.
World premiere. This is our world premiere. World premiere first.
We'll be available on PSVR and Oculus Rift next month.
Yeah, wait for Jeff Keighley to start doing his world first. Goes prance around his YouTube channel.
I would kill to see Jeff Keighley do his awards show, and all of a sudden it's like when like Death Stranding comes out, it's like console launch exclusive. Like, oh my god.
Hey, by the time Kojima's finished wringing out the budget out of Sony for that game, they're gonna have to release it on Xbox to recoup the losses for how much that game's gonna cost them in the long run.
All right, guys, we gotta wrap things up tonight. We got places to be, things to do. But real quick, as you do your outro, say your final parting thoughts. We'll start with you, James.
Hello, at James_S Wilson. If you want to come and talk to me about why Radiohead is probably the best band in the world, and why every week from now on I'm going to be talking about what happened in Game of Thrones. Because it's back next week. We've got a week.
Yes.
And it's back. And it's only back, but it's only back for 8 weeks. I don't know what I'm going to do.
This is what you guys are gonna have put up for the next 8 weeks from me and James.
Oh yeah.
All right, Jez, our guest.
Game of Thrones. You just took my breath away. I can't wait for it next week. Yeah, that's gonna be good. I've been watching Power. That's good. That's really good on Stars. And takeaway. I just think looking forward to Gamescom. I know Phil Spencer's not going, but hopefully they have some news coming out of Gamescom that gets me excited for the X, because E3 wasn't all there, but just good stuff coming hopefully. And I'm glad to be on the show, guys. Thanks again.
I would love it if Phil Spencer turned up in a really bad disguise and go, "Hello, I'm Sil Pencer. I'm the German version."
Comes in.
He just comes up with a mustache and it's really obviously him.
I'm the exclusive Phil Spencer. Console launch.
My disappointment in the Xbox marketing team for not getting DMX to market the Xbox One X. Yes. It's a horribly missed opportunity.
Yes. We'll have somebody from the X-Men, like Hugh Jackson.
That too. On Ashmore, you're halfway there. All right, Mike. Final thoughts. Outros.
So before we go, I got to give a shout out to my buddy on Twitter and Xbox and PlayStation, Creepy Bunny, for successfully passing his Xbox initiation with flying colors. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Yes. But anyway, this is Mike from the Inner Circle. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of the Multiverse Show. You could find me on Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, Twitter, wherever at Mike P. The Truth. Yeah, buddy.
All right, here we go. So you can find me on just about every form of social media at Undead3XVI. You want to tune into my What Remains of Edith Finch stream? That'll be around 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. tomorrow, and that'll be a console launch exclusive on YouTube.
World premiere.
If you want to come hang out and watch me try to stumble through that game, I'll be on YouTube, and that's about it for me, I think.
And a reminder about the interview next week with Ian Dallas of Giant Sparrow, the creator and director of The Unfinished Swan and What Remains of Edith Finch. Tune in for that. That's going to be good fun.
Oh, it's gonna be a blast.
Anchorman, I got one more final thought. I really think for the podcast as a parting message, I think you should put the world premiere clip in front of all your podcasts before you launch. Just think about world premiere.
I'm adding that to my intro now. I'm gonna have a pre-recorded clip for that now.
It is the world premiere on YouTube. It's the world premiere podcast.
Yes.
World premiere.
No,
I need that guy to voice life.
no, the CLE podcast. The CLE podcast, console launch exclusive podcast.
YouTube launch exclusive.
A friend of mine has got Sonos in his house, so whenever he walks into a room, he's got a little soundboard on his phone, and it says "World Premiere" when he walks in the room. It genuinely does that. And when he comes into the house, like when he comes back home, it plays a little like bass sting from Seinfeld.
Who knows? Maybe we start out putting world premiere before the podcast. Eventually, Porsche will want us to unveil our next car on the podcast.
That's it.
Hey, if I get a free car out of it, I'm in.
All right, guys. Wrapping things up here. This is Anchorman V2. You can find me on Twitter, Xbox, PlayStation, Mixer, all the good stuff. You can find me everywhere. My final parting thought, the best crossover you've never thought you ever wanted to see, but you need to see, Johnny Bravo, Samurai Jack.
I think you'll find in the no. The answer is Fast and the Furious and Rocket League.
No.
You know they're gonna put that in the next Fast and Furious. They'll have a rocket. They'll have like
sponsored by Rocket League.
You got to get this in the net. What?
Yeah, but man, I just
family.
imagine
The family.
Samurai Jack. So dope. Anyway, guys, wrapping up here. It's been Anchorman V2 with the Multiverse Show, the greatest show on Mondays. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys later. See you.
See you.